This day in sports history. This episode is brought to you by the Sterling Soap Company. Father's Day is coming up soon, and there's no better gift for Dad than soap from the Sterling Soap Company. Now understand, you're not telling Pops that he stinks. Instead, you're letting him know he deserves the best. Sterling soap is made from 100% natural ingredients, and with a wide variety of bath soaps, shave soaps, beard balm, lotions, and cologne, there is a product and a scent for all the dads out there. Check them out for yourself at sterlingsoap.com. That's STIRLING soap.com. Hey there, and welcome to This Day in Sports History. It's May 31st, and on this day in 2002, it was a World Cup stunner. With the 2026 World Cup just 11 days away, anticipation is mounting around the world as teams get ready to kick things off, and you just wonder if there is an unthinkable upset out there on the horizon. There were few people on the planet who figured that defending World Cup champ France would have any issues with Senegal in the opening game of the 2002 World Cup held in South Korea. Even without Zinedine Zidane, who was out for this match with a thigh injury, the French were still the tournament favorites, and they were expected to just roll right over the Senegalese. The Senegalese players were very familiar with the French team. Senegal is a former French colony, and most of the squad played professionally in France. And then once the match started, the Senegalese appeared turbocharged, while the French lacked intent. They did almost score the first goal of the tournament, but Trezeguet's shot in the 20th minute ricocheted off the post. In the 30th minute, Senegal mounted an attack down the left-hand side, and then lightning struck.
It's Djorkaeff who gets caught in possession here. And it was Daf who put El Hadj Diouf away, and they've got two striding up in the centre here. Bouba Diop is there! Oh, and Bouba Diop is there! And Senegal had scored the first goal of the 2002 World Cup!
An unfortunate set of events led to that goal. An attempted clearance by the French defender struck the goalkeeper and rolled right back in front of Papa Bouba Diop lying on the ground. It was the only goal that Senegal would need, and they left most of the world stunned with the 1-0 win over the defending champs. Now, Senegal used that win along with 2 draws to advance to the knockout stage. France never seemed to recover and finished bottom of the group. With the San Antonio Spurs going back to the NBA Finals after their Game 7 win over OKC, let's go back to this day in 1999 when Sean Elliott hit the big shot in what became known as the Memorial Day Miracle in San Antonio. This was Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Spurs, and midway through the third quarter, the Spurs trailed by 18, but they used a 17-2 run to claw their way back into it, and then relied on some late-game heroics by Sean Elliott. Down 2 with 12 seconds to play, the Spurs had the ball out of bounds.
12 seconds left in regulation, and the Trailblazers still hanging on by 2. The inbounds comes into Elliott, a right corner 3. Goal! San Antonio takes the lead. The 6th three-pointer today for Sean Elliott.
It was the first lead for San Antonio all night, and it came on Elliott's tightrope walking three-pointer. Of course, the Spurs went on to win the series to advance to the finals, where they played and beat the New York Knicks. On this day in 1927, the rarest play in baseball happened for the second day in a row. Now, triple plays are pretty rare. On average, only about 5 triple plays happen each season. Rarer still is the unassisted triple play, where only one guy is responsible for all 3 outs on the same play. Well, on this day, the Detroit Tigers were at home against the Cleveland Indians. The Tigers were hanging on to a 1-0 lead in the top of the 9th, but pitcher Rip Collins gave up a walk and then a base hit to put runners on first and second. The next batter had a chance to be the hero, and he ripped a Collins pitch down the first base line. But first baseman Johnny Neun snagged the line drive for the first out. He stepped on the bag, catching the runner trying to make it back to first for the second out. And then, and here's the weird part, he saw the man that had been on second nearly at third and now was retreating back to second. Neun, however, did not throw the ball. His shortstop implored him to throw it, but instead, Neun ran to second and got to the bag before the runner to record the unassisted triple play and end the game. But what makes this even rarer is that it was the second day in a row that an unassisted triple play had been pulled off in the majors. When the Chicago Cubs played the Pittsburgh Pirates on the 30th, shortstop Jimmy Cooney pulled off the unassisted triple play feat. So, back-to-back days, unassisted triple plays, and that is the only time in baseball history that that's happened. Now, some numbers to illustrate how weird this was. Since 1900, so 126 years of baseball, there have been only 15 unassisted triple plays recorded in the majors. After Neun's feat on this day in 1927, the next one did not happen for another 40 years. And after an unassisted triple play in the successive years of 2007, 2008, and the last one happening on August 23, 2009, it has been 17 years since we've had one in the majors. And in 2013, Australian golfer Andrew Dodt became the first player on the European Golf Tour to drop 2 aces during the same competitive round. His first one came on the second hole, his second at the 16th. He carded a 7-under 65, despite, by his own admission, not putting very well that day. But of course, if you're dunking it from the tee box, who needs to putt? And time now for today's That's Got Nothing to Do with Sports fun fact. Benjamin Franklin is both a member of the Swimming Hall of Fame and the Chess Hall of Fame. He invented a kite that he used to skim the water of the Charles River, so I guess that makes him also the first kite surfer. He also invented hand paddles to help with the swim stroke. This has been an original Thrive Suite production.